In Polk County, over a quarter of the adult population reads below a 6th grade level. This is a serious situation for the county that many people are working towards correcting. With us today is Steve Chapman, Executive Director from Read Polk, and Rob Quam, the MSW President for the Lake Wales Literacy Council. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
So Steve, tell us about Read Polk and what your mission is.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having us out here today. Read Polk's mission is building better lives through adult literacy. And currently, a way that we're doing that is Read Polk is currently working with 4 adult literacy councils throughout Polk County. And we assist them in ways of providing them with financial assistance. We train tutors throughout the county and plug them into councils. We assist them with resources that they could use to provide to their tutors and for the adult learners. We also help them with data management, being able to really see the effect that we're having with adult literacy here in Polk County.
Oh, that's great. Now, I know you mentioned the councils. Who are the councils that you support, and what is it that they do?
Yep. So currently the 4 councils that we serve are Read Lakeland, which covers Lakeland, Mulberry, and Bartow. We have the Northeast Polk Literacy Council that covers Auburndale, Winter Haven, Haines City, Davenport. Rob Quam's council out in Lake Wales, and then we also support the Fort Meade Literacy Council. Some exciting things that we have going on is we're in the early stages of talking with some people out in Point Siena and looking to start another council out there, helping the population out in Point Siena. And currently what the councils are doing is helping adults that need assistance with adult basic education, as well as ESOL students. Those students are 18 years and older, and you'll find that the councils work with them. Pretty much it'll take place, the adult learner will get together with a tutor in a public setting, a public library or community room, and you'll have anywhere from an adult learner meeting with a tutor for an hour, hour and a half once a week. In some cases, more of our ESOL population, English speakers of other language, those might be more of a classroom setting, and they may work like in Rob's council, they may have a classroom structure from like Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 12. So it can be any type of a one-on-one setting or a small group setting, an hour to 6 hours a week.
Interesting. Now, Steve, Rob, tell me a little bit what illiteracy actually looks like here in Polk County.
Sure.
A couple different scenarios, and as Steve outlined, the 2 major thrusts of the councils. One is what we call ABE, or Adult Basic Ed. That would be your English-speaking adults who, for one reason or another, dropped out of school when they were younger. So their education level and their reading level, specifically reading and writing level, would be very low. So they are looking to basically help to be able to just function better, reading medicine labels, reading instructions, reading the newspaper, helping their kids with their homework, things like that. Also then a number of those individuals maybe are interested in going on to get their GED, their graduate equivalent exam, and so they are being prepped to be able to go into that particular class through possibly the Polk County Schools Adult Education Program. Then the other student, the second type of student that we predominantly deal with, would be those who are non-English speaking. So they would be in one of our ESOL classes, English for speakers of other languages. Predominantly in Polk County, those would be Hispanic individuals, but we have had others that maybe speak Haitian Creole or other languages, obviously. So those particular students are in more of a classroom setting, in a graduated scale of levels depending on how proficient they are. And they're basically trying to just become better assimilated into this society, learning to to speak and read English at a better level. One of the greatest challenges with that particular population is many of them come to us being illiterate in their own language, and so we're trying to make them somewhat proficient in English, and so that creates a great challenge. We're probably for many of them, it's going to be a long time before we can get them prepared for one of the GED classes. We're just trying to get them more functional in the language.
Sure. Now, I find it really fascinating. I can understand Spanish-speaking people who speak Spanish natively. What about Haitian and Creole? How do you have specialists on hand who actually are experts in those languages to help with those specific populations?
We don't, and actually most of our teachers that even work with the Hispanic populations are not proficient in the Spanish language. So that's not a requirement because most of your instruction is going to be in English. So it's an English immersion. So we do not have experts in languages such as Creole, or we have some families from that speak Vietnamese. We have had some from Bangladesh. So you have a variety there. We are fortunate, since the majority of our ESOL students are Hispanic speaking, we do have some of the teachers that are fairly proficient, so they can help to bridge that gap. We also have a number of our teachers or tutors are former students, so they are obviously Spanish speaking as their primary language. They have become proficient enough that they can now teach, so they help to bridge that gap as well. But as far as some of the more uncommon languages to us, no, we do not have experts, but again, the students are being immersed in English, so that's okay.
Fantastic. Now, both Steve and Rob, how do you recruit the adult learners into your programs?
It's a challenge for us. That adult learner perhaps struggled the first time through, or doesn't have a background in going to school, and it's challenging for them, and it's a courageous step for them to admit that they can't read. So we're doing a number of things of partnering with the school board, partnering with Career Source Polk, and just getting out and trying to do some outreach to get our word out there that we have these free services for adults. I don't know, Rob, on a more council level?
Yeah, I think one of the target areas would be the schools, predominantly the elementary schools, where you're trying to find those parents who are very interested in trying to help their children. So that's a great target group. As far as working with the ESOL, those that aren't speaking English as a primary language, just some of the real basic down at the street level, going to barbershops, laundromats, going to ethnic restaurants and grocery stores, just trying to find people, their churches, just find people where they normally hang out or function, and get the word out through there.
Excellent. Now, Steve, I know you have an event coming up in September. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. We're excited. We do a couple different fundraisers throughout the year, but our signature event is going to be in September. It's going to be an adult corporate spelling bee, and this is, I think, our 9th or 10th year doing the event. This year we're moving it to the Hilton Garden Inn, beautiful location, and we're out talking to companies trying to gain support. They can come in as a company and purchase a table and provide one of their representatives will be the speller, and we provide them with practice words in advance. And it's a great event that we do. We've got a silent auction. This year we're going to have a little jazz duo playing for about 45 minutes before the event starts. And it's just a great way for companies to support adult literacy and to come out and pick one of their employees to be a speller and take place in an event cheering on their speller. We've got a great big traveling trophy that the winning company in years past gets to hang on to for that year. Last year, Public Supermarkets Charities was the winner, and so they've hung on to that trophy this year. and this year we'll be looking to crown another champion.
That sounds like a lot of fun. How many companies do you usually have participate?
Last year we had about 16 paid tables, and this year we're looking to make it bigger and better. So any company out there that would like to get involved, we'd love to have their support.
It'd be great for any company to actually be able to have that wonderful award sitting in their lobby for everyone to see.
That's right. And every participant gets a trophy, and then of course we've got the big trophy that the company hangs on to.
Fantastic. And Rob, do you have any events coming up in Lake Wales that we should know about?
We also do a spelling circus, is what we call ours at the Lake Wales Council, and ours will be in November. It will also, for the Lake Wales Council, commemorate our 25th anniversary for Lake Wales. Some of the other councils do special events as well. Reed Lakeland has a very infamous Kiss the Pig contest that they do, a fundraising event where they get local, predominantly Lakeland area celebrities, well-known folks, to raise money in order to, I guess, keep themselves from having to kiss the pig. But so that's another event that the Reed Lakeland Council does.
That's great. Well, Steve, Rob, thank you so much for coming out today and talking to us. What you're doing is really fantastic and really important to this community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Adult literacy, of course, is one of the major and most important things to any community as far as the ability for people to not only work but to communicate with each other. Important groups like Reed, Polk, and the Lake Wales Literacy Council are doing everything they can to help reverse the negative trends and to help make people more apt and able to communicate. If you would like to find out more about either of these fantastic organizations, go to the website readpolk.com, or you can call 863-797-6253.